Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another review.
We haven't done a review in a while.
It's been a while. So we want to try to jump back into that and introduce y'all to some new brands or some brands you've heard of, but just kind of tell you a little bit more about these brands. And what better way to start off than TLB Mallorca.
Yeah, TLB's been around for a while. I mean, well, I say a while. If you are a shoe guy, then you've heard of TLB Mallorca. They came out 2017, so they haven't been around that long.
If you haven't heard of TLB, it's probably because you're not into shoes, or if you're just getting into shoes, make sure you remember that name, TLB Mallorca. Why?
Because I feel like TLB Mallorca, well, just to give you a quick background, TLB Mallorca, again, was founded in 2017 by a gentleman named Tony. Tony was in the shoe industry for years, so he has a vast knowledge and experience, and he decided, you know what, I'm gonna break out, start off my own shoe line, and he started his own shoe factories.
So he was learning all the trade secrets, you know, taking notes, and then, I'm gonna start my own line, started his own factory. Why did he start his own factory?
Well, the reason he started his own factory is because that way you're able to keep all of the quality in every facet of the shoe in-house. So there's a lot of brands out there right now that are, you know, everybody's starting their own shoe line. And, you know, we've even had people say, why don't you guys start your own shoe line? It's a hot market right now, but I feel like everybody's dipping their toe in it. But everybody's going to Spain, everybody's going to Italy and Mexico and having their shoes made. China is another big one. But Tony said, you know, I'm gonna have my own factories, and that is one reason that you have an amazing shoe like TLB Mallorca, you know, competing against, like you said, brands in Northampton. Yeah, you're competing against.
These are rivaling the quality of Northampton for not nearly that price. So that's why they're a hot thing right now. They're hot.
Yep. And I think, you know, this was a pair of shoes that I ordered from TLB Mallorca several months ago.
The Artista, right?
This is their Artista line. They have two lines, a main collection, which is their lower tier, still amazing shoes. And then you have their Artista line, which is more of the, I wouldn't say bespoke, but more customized line. So
it has a different look to it. It has kind of that higher end look. But they also have a customization program that you can do. So it's you can pretty much pick the mainstream, the Artista line, and then you can customize.
Yeah. So I know you guys want to see what these look like taken apart. We're going to completely destroy a pair.
We're going to destroy Trent's pair.
Not this one, absolutely not. I love these, and you know, I'll show you more about these later. But
did they come that shiny when you got them?
They did not. They did not. They look very nice coming out of their shoe bags and whatnot in the box, but I shine those up myself. Thank you very much. But let's speak no further about these. Let's get directly to the shop and do what you guys want to see and slice and dice this pair of TLB Mallorcas.
All right, so we've got the upper, and we had to split it so we can kind of see what's the heel counters and all that. But one of the things I recognized was that they actually used an adhesive when they were pushing their lining and their upper together, which I've made shoes before, and sometimes when there's some sliding going on, I just like that it's held together, and it's just adds a little bit more firmness feel to the shoe. It didn't have a side stiffener in here, which some do, some don't. If you live in a hot climate, then sometimes you don't want that. One thing I did recognize is that their heel counter is actual real leather. You don't get that in a lot of, lower quality shoes. That's something that you're usually gonna see in your higher quality shoes, but we've already told you what the price point of these things are, so to have this is really good. Now, the toe puff is not leather. It's a little bit more of a thermal molded component. So your upper leather outside upper is around 1.4 millimeters. So that's going to be around a just over 3.5 ounce leather, a little bit more robust. And then you can feel the lining is just butter soft. And it is pretty much right at 1 millimeter. So your lining is around a 2.5 ounce right there, but it's very buttery soft. Now, one thing you can also see here is that they use one piece all the way up. This is a cap toe, and sometimes what you'll find in shoes is that they'll do a two-piece right here. So they'll kind of make a cap toe in the lining to save on leather. So this is very nice, and it is all leather. Sometimes you'll also see canvas incorporated into here. I'm not the biggest fan of canvas because sometimes the toe can rub through a little quicker than it will on leather, but very, very soft. We put this back together. I did leave the ran and the welt on half of it because I wanted y'all to see what it looked like when it is stitched on. One thing I did notice, and this is a characteristic of TLB, is they do like to trim their heels very close to the upper and the seat. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It looks good because it follows those natural lines of the shoe and you can't see it sticking out. It's bad on my side because when you put a new heel on, you're not going to have a whole lot of room before you start sanding in and hitting the stitches. But it does look very classy. Let's see. All right, now as far as the stitch density, let's do per inch. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting 8 stitches per inch, which is pretty small, and I do like that. You're not going to wear through your sole and the stitches very quick. There's a lot of stitches in there holding that thing on, so you're not going to blow through it as quick. All right, so we're actually going to switch these here. Here's our insole, solid leather, very pliable. They've actually buffed the top of this off and makes it a little bit more pliable and softer. It is full leather, which you do want this. The shank is actually built into this little fiber board, and it's sandwiched in between there. And then it was capped with this little piece. When you put them together, that's what's actually going to add that little ridge, and it's going to give you that little bit of fiddle. So you see the thickness of that. That's what gives you your fiddle and also holds your shank in place. The sole, they use cork just on the front half, and then that shank and that fiddle is going to take up most of the room. So there's not a lot of room for cork. Sometimes you'll have cork all the way to the back. You don't really need it here. The ball of the foot is what's going to be absorbed, taking the shock, and that's where you want it. You can see they've actually got a very deep cavity here. The cavity is, based on the cork, is, let's see here, it's almost 1/2 centimeter. So you got about a 5 millimeter layer of cork in here, which that's actually quite a bit. They use a half liner, sock liner, so that your foot can then mold strictly into the leather. And the heel block, they use 3 layers of pretty good size vegetable tan leather. So full stack leather. And then of course they're topping it off with a half leather rubber combination. It's full rubber on the bottom with just a little sliver of leather on the top just to give it that classy look. And then they finish it off with some decorative tacks.
Okay guys, we're back. So just a quick wrap up on TLB Mallorca. One thing that we didn't cover previously was the pricing. So again, for TLB Mallorca, you're getting 2 main collections. For the main collection, it's around $350 US. And what you're getting for that is a calfskin upper shoe, a calfskin line shoe, a veg tan insole, and you're also getting blind stitch. For all of that, for around $350 is extremely impressive.
All right, so if you want to step up your shoes, you do have the Artista line. It's going to start around $420+. What do you get for that? You're going to definitely get some more high-end aspects of your shoes. So for instance, you're going to get a much narrower beveled waist through here. A lot of shoes will cement or Blake stitch through here. They don't. They actually Goodyear welt all the way back underneath the heel. Your heels are very close to the upper and have this kind of shows the natural curve of the shoes. The stitches are about 8 stitches per inch. That's very tight. And you get your, obviously you're gonna get your closed channel. You're gonna get your full insole is gonna be vegetable tan, and your heel counters and stiffeners are actually gonna be made out of real vegetable tan leather, not leather board. So,
which is a very nice
yeah,
touch.
definitely nice touch. So this is something for the ratio, price to quality ratio. I would probably say this is one of the most impressive brands that I have seen yet in the shoe industry. It's rivaling Northampton quality shoes.
And you're getting a lot of characteristics that you can do. Well, should I say, you're also able to have a lot of options to make this shoe truly yours that you're not often getting with shoes made from England that cost more, almost double the price
For their
of
main
this.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get your name in your shoe too.
So guys, if you have not checked out TLB Mallorca, we will put the link down below. Definitely check those guys out. Like Heath said, it is definitely a shoe that if you're into nice quality shoes, we get questions all the time. Hey guys, what shoe should I be looking for? What is a good quality shoe? You know, again, you're gonna be spending $350, $420 around that price point, but it's a shoe that's going to last you for years. So
Absolutely.
Definitely check out TLB Mallorca.
Till next time, y'all have a good one.